Hey friends, it's Amy Dove. Set a timer for 4 minutes. Hey guys, it's Amy Dove, the Keto Queen. I hope you're having a great day. You caught me right when I was setting a timer. Guys, we're home tonight and I am making a new dish alert. This is a chicken with a spinach creamy mushroom sauce. Does that not sound amazing? So it's a chicken with a creamy spinach mushroom sauce. I'm super excited to try it out, guys. So far, all I've done before I started the live video is I cooked up some thin chicken breast. I just salt and peppered them and sauteed them in avocado oil. That's all I've done so far. And I just now threw these mushrooms in that same skillet. So I removed the chicken and I added, this is actually baby bella mushrooms. And I didn't even cut them. I just put the whole slices. They're already sliced mushrooms from the grocery store. I just washed them and threw them in here. Ricky would normally want me to make them a little smaller, so I may cut them up right now as we're talking. But I just threw these into the same avocado oil. And we're going to saute these until they're soft, so about 4 to 5 minutes. Then we're going to remove the mushrooms and make our creamy sauce. So this is going to be really easy. I feel like it's going to be delicious. Now, it's the first time I've ever made it, so you guys know how my live videos work. I cook them, and if I love it, I tell you I love it later when I take a picture of the finished plate. If I think I'm going to do it different in the future, I'll say, hey, it was good, but next time I'm going to do something different. So be watching for it. If it's delicious, it goes straight to my recipe blog, and this is brand new, so it's not in the blog yet. The recipe I'm going to follow tonight is in the post. So you guys will see that right there in the post exactly what I'm doing. I took thin chicken breast, and I have 6 thin chicken breasts, and I would say 4 to 6 chicken breasts. Now I'm doing them thin because I like to cook fast. And all I did was salt and pepper the chicken breast, and then I sauteed it in avocado oil, about 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. And we just cooked them about 4 minutes, 5 minutes on each side, salt and pepper. That's all I've done. And then I removed the chicken, and I added, this is about 10 ounces of the baby bella mushrooms. And you can use the white mushrooms if you want to. But these are just sliced mushrooms. If you want to make them smaller, you go right ahead. Ricky probably would rather them be smaller. That's okay. I didn't think about that when I started throwing them in here. And I may cut them up as we talk. And these are going to saute in that same avocado oil for about 4 to 5 minutes. And then we're going to remove the mushrooms and we're going to make our sauce. Guys, I love cooking new dishes. And a lot of people tell me, they're like, Amy, do you not get tired of eating the same foods over and over? I'm like, no, because we don't eat the same foods over and over and over. If you guys have been following my page for the full 5 years, you know that we have favorite dishes that we do cook. And I like to keep a favorite rotating in the menu list because that's what we get excited about, right? So we're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to have whatever it is. And I keep a rotation of our favorites like every few weeks. But then I also have a list of recipes that I like that we don't cook all the time. It's not on my favorites list, but we like them. So I rotate a favorite and something we like every single week. And then I also try to incorporate at least 1 or 2 new dishes each week. Because if you never try new things, you might not ever find new favorites, right? So that's kind of how I work my menus. I make my menus out every Sunday, except this week I was traveling. You guys know that. So I make my grocery list every single week on Sundays, either right before or right after church. And I make my list based off my menu. So I make a menu for the week, and then I make my grocery list based off of that menu, and then I go grocery shopping. And that is what I cook every week. So I don't ever cook the same thing every single week. If you're eating eggs and bacon for every single meal, you're going to burn out very, very, very fast. There are tons of low carb and even keto options that are not eggs and bacon. Now, I love eggs and bacon, but you don't have to eat it all the time. All right, my timer's going off. Let me put a fork in these and see if they're soft. Oh, yeah. This one's a little hard because it's thicker. I'm going to go ahead and cook it 1 more minute. Set a timer for 1 minute. And we're just sauteing these mushrooms. I didn't put any salt and pepper in them, I forgot. Let me put a little salt and pepper in my mushrooms. We salt and peppered the chicken. And we're fixing to remove these right into that same plate. I've got just a plate of my cooked chicken. We're going to add the mushrooms right on top instead of dirtying another plate. But we do want to move them out of the heat because we're going to make our sauce in this skillet. Oh, I forgot. While we're waiting on this to cook, I'm going to go ahead and take my spinach. Now, you can use a cup. You can use more. It's completely up to you. But we're going to chop our spinach. So this is a washed and ready to go bag. I'm just gonna cut the big stems off, and we're just gonna chop this because when I cook this dish, I don't want big strings of spinach. So we're gonna chop it up. You can leave your sticks on there if you want to. I call them sticks. You can leave your sticks on there if you want to. If they're really long, just take them off. And then we're just gonna take this spinach and we're just gonna chop it up. We wanna chop it up so we have smaller pieces of the spinach. It's not only gonna cook faster, it's not gonna be stringy in your recipe. I normally don't do this, but for this one, I've already got mushrooms, I got chicken, we're fixing to make a cream sauce, so I don't want the spinach to be stringy. I want it to be chopped in fine pieces. So just chop you up some spinach. Now, you can do a cup, you can do 5 cups. I don't care, it's your dish. The more spinach, the merrier. Very low in carbs. And let me take out these mushrooms. All right, I'm just going to throw them right on top of my chicken. We're going to add this back to the skillet at the very end. So we're going to add this back to the skillet at the very end. So we've got a plate over here of cooked chicken that we salt and peppered and cooked in avocado oil. And then we've got a whole little container. This is about 10 ounces. You can use less mushrooms. You can take the mushrooms out if you want to, but I mean, it's going to be delicious. We just salt and peppered these baby bella mushrooms, and we sauteed them for about 5 or 6 minutes until they started to get soft. These need to be cooked because we're just going to add this back to our skillet later, and it's a finished meal. So you don't want these to be hard. They want to be soft and cooked, ready to go. And we're just adding them over here out of the way. And now I'm going to take some butter. I'm going to do 4 tablespoons of butter. We're going to put that butter right into the skillet that already has a little bit of leftover avocado oil. I really want those mushrooms out of there, though. I don't want no mushy mushrooms in my sauce. All right. Oh, my gosh. This thing's going off like crazy. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add my 4 tablespoons of butter. You'll see I went and got me one of these because it was driving me crazy after you guys told me about them. I'm like, what? I didn't even know this thing exists. And it keeps you from getting splashed up with all the grease. Didn't even know it existed. So I'm moving it over here out of my way. All right, we're going to melt this butter and we're going to saute some garlic while we're chopping up our spinach. Now the garlic can be 1 clove. It can be 10 cloves. It's whatever you want. I'm going to use 1 full garlic. And you can chop it up if you want to. You can mince it if you want to. I like this little fancy gadget I got from, I think, Walmart. Either Walmart or Bed Bath & Beyond. It just minced this garlic right up really easy for me. I love it. I didn't mean to drop that skin in there. And you can do just a little bit of garlic. You can leave the garlic out if you want to. This can be your recipe. It's mine right now. But you can change it up if you want to. You can use garlic powder if you prefer. These things are so easy to use and clean, though. I just run it soapy water over it. I never put it in the dishwasher. Just run soapy water over it, and it's good and clean. 1 more. And you want to cook this garlic for about a minute. You don't want to burn your garlic, but you definitely want it cooked. I'm going to get this out of my way. All right, we're going to go right back to, whoops, a little bit, honey, get out of the way. All right, let me stir this up. We don't want that garlic to burn while our butter is melting, but I want to go ahead and get it cooking. And we just added 4 tablespoons of butter to that little bit of leftover avocado oil. Sauteing that garlic while we're cutting up our spinach. Like I said, on the spinach, you can use as much or as little as you want to. Guys, I'm not ignoring you. I see you guys are making some comments. I hope they're good. I'm going to come and see if you guys have questions for me. I'd love to know what you're doing for dinner tonight that's low carb or keto friendly. We love to share recipes on this page because it always gets us thinking. You guys may love spinach and didn't know what in the world to do with it. This is one thing you can do with it. You guys might love something that I haven't cooked in a long, long time, and I would love to know what it is because it makes me think about what I'm looking on my menu for next week. So if you're cooking something new or different or something you love, put it in the comments so we can all share ideas. We're just chopping up some spinach here. Whoop. Almost made a mess. That looks a little bit more than a cup, but I love spinach. To me, I love spinach, and it wilts down a lot. So you might start off with a huge skillet of spinach and then turn into a little of nothing. So don't be shy. Ow! That hurt. I didn't cut myself, but I just got my fingernail and my fingernail. I felt it. All right, that was pretty good. All right, this is smelling delicious. We don't want to burn that garlic, so now we are going to slowly pour in some chicken broth. I'm gonna do about a 1/4 cup of chicken broth and a full cup of heavy cream. And we're gonna let this simmer for just a second. I'm gonna turn the heat up just a little bit. Now, because there's avocado oil in there, because we just put chicken broth in there, it's not gonna thicken as much as your heavy cream normally would because we just put another liquid in there. Now, I don't like to add thickener to my dishes. The longer you cook this, the thicker it will get. Also, we're gonna add some Parmesan cheese and that's gonna thicken it up a little bit. Let me get this out of my way. You can put a keto-friendly thickener in it if you want to. I'm just gonna turn the heat and get this boiling. You can put a keto-friendly thickener in it if you want to. There are options out there. One of those options is xanthan gum. I don't use it very often at all, and if you do, I mean, you need like a thimble size amount that you put in here because a little goes a long way. And I just don't like the texture, so I rarely ever use it. The only time I ever use it is if I just got so much liquid that I can't thicken it up. And I do have some on standby just in case, but I don't think I'm going to need it. So far we got 2 tablespoons of butter. We've got, let's see, we had 2 tablespoons of butter. We've got the mushrooms. No, I'm sorry. We got 2 tablespoons of butter. We sauteed the garlic with that leftover avocado oil that was left in from the chicken and the mushrooms. Don't that look good? Ignore my dirty kitchen. We're going to get this simmering just a second. As soon as I can get that heat hot enough, we're going to simmer this so it starts to thicken just a little bit before we add our next ingredient, which is Parmesan cheese. And we're going to salt this because we want we want this creamy sauce to taste really, really good before we add our spinach. So the spinach will be the last thing we add to it. And as soon as that spinach is done, which means wilted to the likeness you like, we're going to add the chicken and mushrooms back. Like, this is so easy. If you want to, you can top it off with a little more Parmesan cheese or maybe even some parsley. I love parsley. And that's completely up to you guys too. Give me just 1 second. Somebody's trying to contact me real fast. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Give me some hearts if you can hear me. Oh, I almost lost you guys. Can you hear me? Give me some hearts. Oh, thank you. I see some hearts already. So I turned this up on high heat just so I could get it boiling again. Now I'm going to turn it down to a lower simmer because we know that heavy cream will thicken pretty fast. Again, this heavy cream has liquid in it. So it's not going to thicken as quickly as, you know, it normally would because I added some chicken broth. Guys, guess what? My battery just went out. Let me see if I can plug this phone up because that's not going to be good. No, actually, I think we're almost done. We're almost done. I think we're good. I think my phone's going to last long enough for us. Oh, it just turned my light down, so maybe not. If you guys have gotten any value from my page over the years, I hope you'll share my videos. If you have found some really good recipes or just really good encouragement, good question and answer sessions, like, just share my videos so we can bring more people to show them how easy and simple it is to live a low-carb or keto diet. So we've got this simmering. It's going to continue to thicken. I'm going to go ahead and add my Parmesan cheese. So we're doing about a 1/2 cup to 1 full cup. It's completely up to you. This is yours. Like I said, I'm just showing you the way I'm cooking it up. And we're just going to add this Parmesan cheese. It's going to continue to simmer. It's going to continue to thicken. And this is going to melt really, really quickly. What I want to do is melt this Parmesan and salt my sauce. This is going to make the creamy spinach and mushroom sauce. Yes, doesn't it sound delicious? Chicken with a creamy spinach mushroom sauce. I mean, that just sounds amazing. So this is already, look, it's already melted. Like, that cheese is gone. That cheese is gone. So I'm going to go ahead and taste it and see how much salt I need to add. Taste it on this. Oh, that's hot. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is good, y'all. I don't think it needs but a tiny bit of salt. That is delicious. Now, I also love pepper in my creamy sauces. You don't have to add it if you don't want to. Oh my gosh. I'm turning this down on very low heat because my stovetop cooks really, really fast. Oh my gosh, guys, that tastes so delicious. Now we're gonna go ahead and add this spinach. Now, like I told you, this heavy cream also had other liquids. There was a little bit of avocado oil, we added butter, and we had some chicken broth. So that chicken broth adds liquid, so it makes it a little harder to thicken, but it will thicken. We just added that Parmesan cheese, which tastes divine, and now we're gonna add our spinach. We're just gonna let this spinach wilt. Guys, it's not gonna take but a couple of minutes. Like, it's not gonna take but a couple of minutes because we already chopped this up really small. And as soon as this starts to wilt, it is done. And it's ready for us to add back our chicken and mushrooms. I mean, look how beautiful this is. Good job, puppies. All right, we'll put it there. So if you start to add your spinach and you're like, oh, you know what, that doesn't look like enough, add some more. This is yours. You can add as much spinach as you want to. I really didn't do a whole lot. You saw on my cutting board, I don't know, I didn't measure it. I would say anywhere from a cup to 2 cups, but the more the merrier. Spinach is very low in carbs. It's gonna make this dish taste amazing. Now you'll see it's already wilted and it's not stringy spinach. That's why I like to chop it, because it's not gonna make a stringy spinach. Now for me, you guys know, I like my vegetables soft. I do not like them mushy. The longer you cook spinach, the mushier it gets. So I'm fixing to pull this bad boy right off the heat. Look how beautiful this is, guys. I mean, this looks delicious. If you love it, give me some hearts. And because I'm fixing to add my chicken and mushrooms, the dish is pretty much done. So let's pull it off the heat. Let's add it and see what it looks like. Look at this mess. Ricky's not here. Ricky's not here to help me. And I got all this mess behind me. He's coming home. He's coming home. But he's working with a friend right now. So we are now going to add this chicken and mushroom right back to the skillet. And I'm going to try to do it carefully without making a mess. Let me do my chicken first. And then I can stir in the mushrooms. Oh my gosh, this is going to be good. I'm so excited. I love to try new things. Do you guys love to try new things? If you do, give me some hearts. I'm so sorry I'm not reading all of your comments. I didn't know it was going to cook that fast. I thought I was going to have some time to stop and read. Oh my goodness. Yum, yum. All right, I'm going to add my mushrooms. And like I told you guys, if you want to thicken your sauce up more, just let it cook longer and then add your spinach. Or you can add keto-friendly thickeners if you would like to, like xanthan gum, for example. And you can just Google keto-friendly thickeners, and you will get options. I just don't use them. Very rarely at all. I've got a bag of xanthan gum that I had to throw away because it expired. That's how often I use it, and it had a long expiration date. Look how pretty this is. Okay, let me stir it in. I might have to use a fork. Here, let me use this. I don't want to scratch my skillet. Oh my goodness. This looks so pretty. I think I could have done more spinach, to be quite honest. I love spinach, and there's not a whole lot of spinach in here, so I wished I kind of done more. Too late now, but that's okay. Next time, I already know. I'm probably going to add more spinach. But does this not look delicious? I'm going to go ahead and put it back on the heat and just let it simmer. The longer it simmers, the thicker the sauce will get. It's just going to put all the flavors together. I mean, this looks amazing. You can top this off with some fresh parsley. You can add extra Parmesan if you want to, or leave it just like this. I think this looks beautiful. What do you guys think? Give me some hearts. Yes, I think it looks amazing. All right, guys, I am going to go ahead and start cleaning up before my poor husband gets home and loses his mind, because he always helps me in the kitchen. I want him to be happy when he comes home because he had to work a little late. So I'm going to have a hot, delicious dinner for him and a clean kitchen. That's my goal. So I want to make my husband super happy tonight. If you guys need me, just send me a message. I will share you guys my thoughts on this later after he gets home and we eat it. So I will share my thoughts and let you know if I'm going to do it a little different next time, or if I love it and it's going straight to the blog. Guys, you have an awesome night. Talk to you later. Bye.